Hello and welcome. Been trying to put together this video for you guys on how better to understand joins and how they work. You will see throughout this video why I'm not some kind of YouTube sensation, because I'm not very good at making these videos, but I'm getting better. I'm trying. So this will be the first one that I make, and I know we had talked earlier on in the semester about joins and how some of y'all had challenges understanding them, and I've talked to some of you in the last couple of days that want a better understanding of joins. So what I have in front of me, I'll be working on 3 different documents just to show you what's going on. So let's suppose that we've got 2 tables here. We've got a heroes table, and we've got a base of operations table. We're going to call this base instead of base of operations. Okay. And here's the entry. We have a hero ID, we've got a name, we've got a base ID that joins over here. We're foreign keyed over on the base ID. These two, Thanos and Darkseid, are not, well, they're not heroes, but also they're not affiliated with any base, so they're nulls here. So the first join I want to talk about is something called an inner join, which is the easiest to understand. So over here, basically a join can be explained by a Venn diagram. Each table is a different circle within that Venn diagram. And in this case, we've got a heroes table and basis table. So here's the heroes circle and the basis circle. And an inner join gives you data from where the two tables connect. They join on something specific. In this case, they're joining on the basis ID column. So if you look over here, and we've got the heroes here and the bases here. Here's the base ID and here's the base ID. So the query that you would write would look something like this. This first one here. Select name, B name from heroes as A, inner join bases as B on A.base ID equals B.base ID. So the anatomy of this is you got your select statement, which tells you what it's looking for. Your from query, you're saying pull it from heroes, and you're inner joining to the basis table. And then you've got to give it something to make that join on. So you're going to do it on the ID. And so what the results will look like, I didn't put here, so I'll do them live and in person for you. So here, we would get just these names here, okay? The results would look like that with Superman. We have a match here, so that'd be Metropolis there. And then Wonder Woman with Themyscira, I'm going to copy and paste it because I'm not going to try and do that. And then Star City is where Green Arrow's from, and so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. So what's important to remember is the only place where you will get results on an inner join is where your column that you're using to the join has matching numbers. So here, because these two match, you get a match there. These two match, you get a match there. These two match, you get a match there, and so on. There is no Salt Lake City, there is no Boise over here, so they won't show up. And Thanos and Darkseid don't have an affiliation, so they won't show up. So you're only going to get where the two meet. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is the left outer join. So when we're talking about left and right, we're literally talking about what side of the query it's sitting on. So we go back to our queries over here, right? Heroes left join base. That means heroes is on the left because it's on the top. Because if we did it this way, heroes is on the left. So what a left or right join does, or these are also called outer joins, what they do is they return everything from the left side or the right side, and only the things that match on the other. So if we look at we go through the Venn diagram, a left outer join gives you that. So everything that's in the heroes table plus anything that matches from bases. If we're doing a right outer join, that's what we return. And what that looks like is this. So our left outer join here with the same table, we've got Superman, Wonder Woman, all these things here, and we've got our base of operations. But our results that we would get are Superman, Metropolis, everything would look the same until you got to Thanos and Darkseid. And because they exist on the left side, they will be listed. They don't have any corresponding stuff on the right side, so it will be null in that place. Okay? The right outer join would be the exact opposite. The right outer join would bring everything back on the left side. So every city would come back. And here you see there's 3 people in the same city. So yes, you get 3 entries there. But Salt Lake City, Boise, and Orlando are in this table here. They have no adjoining values here, but they will show up just with nulls in the hero's name column. And the way you write that are right here. Oops, sorry. Here's your left outer join. Select A name, B name from heroes as left join. Sorry, the A shouldn't be there. As A, that's correct. Left join, base as B. You can also call this a left outer join. That's also correct syntax. And then the same thing, you're just changing it to a right outer join. So you can do right outer join. Okay. So again, left and right joins. The right join takes everything from the table on the right side and the parts from the left table that match. And the left outer join takes everything that matches from the left side, takes everything from the left side and the things that matter on the right, match on the right rather. Okay. The next one's called the full join. And the full join basically returns everything, whether it has a matching value on the other side or not. Like the previous two, as you see in the outer joins and the inner joins, you have to have a column that this is based on. So you have to have some column where everything is based. So in this one, we're using base ID, same thing here, base ID, base ID. So same thing in a full join. We still have a column that it's based on. But now what happens is the results that come from a full join are the combined results from the left join and the right join. And what it would look like is this. Here's our full join. So same 2 tables here. Superman Metropolis, that would be fine. Wonder Woman Themyscira, that would be fine. Same thing here. Now all of a sudden, Salt Lake City, null. Boise, Idaho, null. Orlando, null. Thanos, null. Darkseid, null. So these will get returned even though they don't have a matching value in the other table because we're doing the full join. So again, that's bringing everything back. And even if there are no matching values in the other table. Now, why would you want to do this? What's the practical value? You think like inner joins make the most sense, right? Because they're returning everything back. Why would we want a left outer join where the one table isn't bringing back, we're bringing everything from one table and only the stuff that has a value from the second table? Well, think of it this way. If we were running a query to make sure that we had an employees table and employees had an office and some employees didn't have an office, right? Because maybe they were remote workers. Like I work for BYU Idaho, but I live in Florida. I'm not commuting to Idaho every day, so I don't have an office there. So you might have like an employees table and an offices table, and then there'd be null values there for someone who didn't have an office, and you want that join to come back and say, I need all the employees. It's like you might have one person, I want all the employees who have an office, or I want all the employees who don't have an office. But I want a list of all the employees, period, whether they have an office or not. So you're going to join that and pull back the fact that they don't have an office. Okay. I had another thought there. Or you might want to find all the offices that don't have anyone in them, so for empty offices. So you can pull up a quick query. So you join the offices table to the employees table on on a join that pulls all the offices back and all the employees attached to them, but if they're empty, you get something listed there. Now, a quick tip on that one is here, select name. So yeah, so that's what I want to do. So, okay, there's that. Last one. The last join is going to be what's called a, it's called a Cartesian join, but in your lesson they call it a, it's underneath here, so let me shrink this up real quick so we can get to it. Full join, no. Cross join. The cross join. Okay, so the cross join does something, it's no longer a Venn diagram. So what the cross join does, it looks more like, if you were to draw it out as Venn diagram, it would look like, it would just look like this. Two completely separate tables. Nothing has to be joined. You don't tell it to give, you don't give it a column to join. It'll figure that out itself. Okay, and it will find a column that both tables have in common. And then what it will do is this. For every instance of something in the first table, you'll have a row in the new table, in the results table, that matches everything. So Superman, Metropolis, Superman, Themyscira, Superman, Star City, Superman, Central City. And then the same thing, Wonder Woman, Metropolis, Wonder Woman, Themyscira, Wonder Woman, Star City. Okay, so basically it just pairs every row in table A with every row in table B. To be honest, I don't know why anyone would do this. So that's that. So what I want you guys to focus on, don't worry about the cross joins. I don't think they're in the assignments. If they are, just you understand how to write them now. But just for your own edification, the ones you need to understand the most are the inner joins and the outer joins. Again, the inner joins are the union of two tables where a common column connects them. In the case of the heroes and bases table, in my example, they've got a base ID column that exists in both of them. And in your query, you put in there what column you want it joined on. So select from heroes as A, inner join as B, inner join base as B, on A base ID equals B base ID. You can make this a doesn't equal. You can, so if you want to do where they don't match, like, is there anything in bases, is there anything in the base table that's not, like if these are foreign keyed, but there's no constraints saying it has to be in the one and the other, like if you just have two separate tables that have no constraints between them, you could do, so you could do it where it's looking to see if that values aren't there on an inner join. So, so there's that. You saw an email from one of my colleagues at work. Left outer joins, again with the outer joins, it's if you're doing left, any table that's on the left side, which is the first table is mentioned, is the left side table. You get everything from that table plus whatever matches on the column you put in as the matching column. So in this case, the heroes table is matched to the base table on the base ID. So it's going to return all the heroes, and then it's going to return the bases where there's a base affiliated with that hero. If we do a right outer join, it returns all of the bases, and on that base ID, it returns anything from the heroes table that has a matching value from the base ID table. And then for full joins, it just brings everything back. And if it's not there, it has a null. Sorry, I'm trying to do something here. Let me pause the recording real quick. Now, you may not want, so when you do these on the outer joins, this will come back as null. So left join, here is left joining on the base. If there is a base that's not there, so if we look over here and our returns for the left outer join, Thanos and Darkseid are going to come up null. We may not want that. Nulls are never good. That's another story. So what we'd want to do is here, we would put in a function called NVL. And then, so NVL is a function that says, if B.A returns a null, here's what I want you to put in its place. So now if I ran this query, it wouldn't show up as null. NA would show up there, or whatever you want to put there. No base, or this is a bad guy, or however you want to do it. But the NVL function allows you to remove the any instances of nulls that would pop up. Same thing here. So you do NVL comma no hero. Okay. So there's that. Okay. I think that about does it. I covered everything I wanted to cover. Please feel free to contact me with any questions. You have my contact information. If you have any questions on this, I know. So, okay, I'll leave it at that. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.